We've got an SEC showdown in this best-of-3 Super Regional. Mississippi State coming in, one of the 3 unseeded teams still left standing. The Oklahoma pacing the way with 40 RBI this season. Styles leads it off with an opposite field base hit to right field. Now this is a Mississippi and hits it back to Juacheño, gets a glove on it, the flip from Agbayani, but not in time as Grassel is able to beat it out. So
too from Oklahoma off the glove. Typically pitchers at Oklahoma pride themselves on fielding that position. Juacheño having to be quick off the mound. Agbayani
2 apiece. The pitch. Barbary lifts this one into foul territory along the left field line, and Cassidy Pickering is there for the first out of the inning. Now Zion Romero, first pitch swinging, and Sydney Barker with a double play. Steps on the bag at third, the toss over to first, and that ends the inning. Early on.
It's easy to talk about Oklahoma offense, but you can't not talk about the defense. A double play gets him out of a jam.
Chopper over to second base, and Romero can't handle it. Kai Miner is aboard. The leadoff batter. So after the pass ball, the pitch from Faircloth, low in the dirt. So the error to start this inning to Miner, and then the walk to Ella Parker, and Samantha Ricketts.
Prep to face a team like Oklahoma.
And that one ripped through the 5-6 hole, and now that loads the bases after the single from Kendall Wells. So yeah.
The numbers that OU puts up against those pitches.
That one ripped to first base, the play made, and how about the double play turn, and the defense doing an amazing job. Credit Page.
The stellar defense from both of these teams coming into the first inning. A huge exhale from Mississippi State. The double play, Ernstez at first knows exactly where she is going to go with this ball. She has to place them perfectly.
And unable to do so, second walk of the inning. Bases juiced once more. Moment early on for Alyssa Faircloth. The pitch. And got her swinging, the changeup there to fool Pickering and get out of the inning without giving up a run.
Pitch for Faircloth, and she sits down Cassidy Pickering.
Really helped to lift them in big moments as Kiara Sells grounds out to shortstop. And she talked about to Keller. And Keller is able to get that one fair past a diving Sydney Barker at third base, and a stand-up double to lead it up, or rather arms in the circle. And the strikeout looking for Juacheño as Silva goes down.
Juacheño starting to settle in. This is a breaking ball low and away from Silva. Barely clips the lower half of that strike zone. I think both of these arms, too, trying to figure out what they can get away.
And the little dribbler back to Juacheño. The bounce and save, pulling Emily off the bag. This inning here. The bases loaded now for the Dogs with 2 outs. And just able to lift it in the left field, but flying out to Cassidy Pickering to end the inning. The Dogs leave the bases loaded. Wide open this season. OU has as good a chance as any as Lexi McDaniel slaps that one in to right field. And caught looking is Agbayani as she goes down, where this pitching staff Clock is used to doing.
This is one of the best changeups in the SEC. Almost 60% whiff rate on that pitch. Well, she didn't even take the barrel off the shoulder. Watches this one.
She's got a 3-1 count. And that one over to Styles at short in the 6-3 put out. 3 up, 3 down for Faircloth in the second. And
Major.
the 1-2 to Gressel, and Wachenio gets her swinging. So second strikeout.
Wachenio's still trying to settle into this strike zone. We've seen frustration for both of these arms. This one starting at the knee, a drop ball.
And the base hit here. So we have seen a base hit each inning off of which. That one inside and called for ball 4. And Romero trots to first base. Side of the hand of Miley Wachenio. 58th pitch right here. Rings up Sells. Caught looking. Third strikeout.
You can see Sells. She taps her chest as she exchanged looks with Kinley Keller. She knew that that was a strike. And oddly enough, this is in her wheelhouse. I mentioned she's.
And this one hits Keller, so the hit by pitch loads the bases for the second straight inning against the Sooners. And right back to Wachenio, who deflects it, the roller. Everybody's safe, and a run scores for Mississippi State as they're on the board.
A reminder, this is a bat in Silva that's only started 17 games this year, but she gets the call on a big stage. Off the tip of the glove from Wachenio.
A 1-0 advantage with Paige Ernstez now at the plate for the Bulldogs to potentially tack on more. Coming in charge of Gabby Garcia, an excellent shortstop. Gets the put out at first. And second time that Kai Minor has been aboard. That one lifted into the outfield. Calling for it is Tatum Silva. And Parker is retired. The women's got. You saw the game suspended as Kendall Wells hits this ball deep out of the park into center field. Home run number 38 for the freshman Kendall Wells, and it gives OU the 2-1 lead.
3 finalists for National Freshman of the Year, a no-doubter. She knew it off the bat, and the importance of that free pass, the walk from Kai Minor to set the table for this swing. And all of a sudden,
I feel like a freshman campaign. Home run 38. The 1-2 pitch to Gabby Garcia, who puts that one through the infield, and a single for Gabby Garcia. We talked about.
Really had to shift her role with Kendall Wells incoming this year.
And Emmerling, line drive, home run shot, second of the inning for the Sooners. A 4-1 lead for OU.
Four of the starting 9 hitting over 20 jacks this year is truly unbelievable. This didn't just get out. This was a frozen rope to the deepest part of the field. Look at that.
And just how the lineup always puts pressure on. Speaking of pressure, trying to bring down pressure is Cassidy Pickering, and she does. A solo blast into center field, third of the inning, and she now brings in number 20.
And now they've had 3 bombs, a walk, and a single. They've put up 5 runs here in the 3rd inning.
And these balls have been screamer hole. Grounds it over to second base, and now 2 away.
There's not a hole in this swing. 7 home runs on the year and 13 stolen bases.
And he lines that one out to center field to end the inning, but an offensive explosion. have been unreal off of those two bats as Desi Rivera tries to send this one deep into left field, and a solo shot as Mississippi State eating away at the lead. 4th home run of the season. And back to...
We're going to see this between these ball clubs. The punches back and forth. There is just a never say die mentality with both of these programs. Rivera, her 4th home run of the year, and this is an elevated pitch. Guacheño leaving it over the meat of the strike zone, and in the 9-hole, Rivera coming up, putting a run on the board.
And another walk right here as we'll let you know about the journey to the Women's College World Series. Comes over, and the grounder over to first base, and the force out at second as the play made by Isabella Emerling. Berzon to Barbary as Barbary sends it into center field, and out number 2 collected by Minor. Over to Gabby Garcia, the quick flip to Agbayani at second base, and that ends the inning. But and she goes down swinging as Sydney Barker is retired.
Answering this call for Mississippi State. It's a drop ball that finds its way below the belt of Barker. Way out in front of that pitch.
The announcer. Woo! Hot shot to third base, and it's a 1-out base hit for Kai Minor. Her hot hitting.
And it's the hands of Kai Minor. Look at that. Like, there's not even a load in the lower body. She sees ball, she throws the hands in the barrel as fast as possible.
We experienced a weather delay earlier, hosting Duke. The bouncer over to Morgan Styles, couldn't handle it, and Kai Minor motors around to third. Runners at the corners now. Wells drops this one into left field. 84 RBI this season for Kendall Wells. Load up pass as well of 35 that was previously held by Jocelyn Alo as Gabby Garcia goes down swinging. Amen.
Doing a nice job of carving up the corners, and you know, I had asked this in the mid-game, enter aggressive even against a team like Oklahoma.
Styles able to handle this one cleanly this time, and that ends the inning. A couple of runners left aboard. We saw and yet another outing with 10 or more strikeouts in an NCAA tournament game. As the first batter, Kiara Sells, retired. Here's another one of them. As that one sneaks through, and the pinch hit single for Berzon since coming in relief. And that one, great glove from Gabby Garcia. We talked about just how amazing she is as a defender.
Again, makes it look so easy. Defensively for Gabby Garcia, covers so much ground at shortstop, goes up that 5'6".
Hall of Famer at Arizona State. And how about the middle infield taking care of business as Agbayani collects it, a 9. You see they're having a quick chat with JT Gasso, the associate head coaches, as Cassidy Pickering goes down swinging.
3K. We saw Cassidy Pickering take almost that exact same pitch in the yard earlier this game.
Tutelage. And there, bringing on cue, a 1-out base hit for Abby Dayton.
And Abby Dayton's actually played for all of the...
Make it easier in game. Said, but you know what, DJ prepared me too. Got to give him some love. And then you can speak on this from, we bond over many things. You see what I'm saying? And what
Dayton,
a pick
wow.
from behind the plate as Rivera getting Dayton at first base.
Rivera popping out behind the plate gets Abby Dayton out there.
Keep this new tradition alive, even Barkley's shirt, as Des Rivera starts off the inning with a roller down the third baseline. And it goes and she gets a stand-up double.
I mean, that's how you take momentum and run with it. You get out of the inning defensively with your great arm behind the plate, then you come up and smack one by Sydney.
Fans coming his way. And we expect to see him out here tomorrow and wearing a Mississippi State shirt tomorrow, as he's been. And this one dribbles through the middle. And Rivera now 60 feet from home. And this one punched into right field, the opposite field base hit, scores Rivera. And so now with that, Mississippi State has cut the lead in half.
Especially facing an arm like Berzon that's gonna challenge you high and low in the zone. They've been able to stay committed to the game plan. They have taken that.
And goes down swinging. Berzon records the second out of the inning.
It's a big response. Look at how the bottom of that ball falls out of the strike zone. Starts at the front knee, falls almost to the...
For this Bulldog team. And that one getting past Wells, so the runners advance on the wild pitch. The pitch. And that one pulled. Barker couldn't handle it and a run scores. So continuing to chip away at this lead.
You pitch behind the plate for Wells allows Mississippi State to grab 60 feet, and then the miscue from Barker, who has been tested at third base. We have seen at least 4 hot shots to that.
Zini, who had that pitch and single last inning, that one getting past Wells, and just like that, the Bulldogs are within a run.
Time giving up a run.
And here it is, the shot up the middle. Bernardini with the second hit of a tie ball game. Bernardini ties it up with a base hit.
Sure, from Mississippi State that I am so impressed with. It's not flashy, it's not big, but it is consistent and it is fundamental. Fundamental swings.
But Ricketts has hope. Abigail Stevens gets underneath that one, sends it flying into left field, and that ends the inning. But not before Mississippi State hangs a 4 in the top half. Stands in. Barker, who smacks it through the middle for a base hit. She had 13 hits in her last 8 games coming into today, and unloads on this one into center field, and a great snag by Tatum Silva, who was all the way to the wall of the warning track.
Is playing in left. And having to quickly get tested. Look at where she's playing. She's playing in and shaded to left field. And a really nice run to the wall. Eamon very happy about.
They're due to resume game 1 today at 5 p.m. as that one gets up the middle, and the hot shot from Ella Parker, her first base hit of the afternoon.
Compact, more fundamental approach here from Oklahoma. A couple base hits. Get something going here with less than 2 outs on the board, and now we are entering in.
And she faces off against Kendall Wells, who blasted into center field, her second home run of the game. This time a 3-run bomb.
Look at where this is on the outer half of the plate, and knew it immediately. The energy, the celebration. I mean, there is just a maturity to this young woman, and unapologetic. unapologetic confidence, a freedom, Tiffany, at the plate that you feel from Kendall Wells.
Right? Like you just felt this place, the atmosphere shift when Kendall Wells came. And that one bounces off the umpire. And they talk about the hot shot, little rundown here as Gabby Garcia is caught and she's tagged in the rundown for the second out of the inning.
And third base has been getting hammered all day. This one looks like it bounces off maybe the front of the bag or takes an awkward hop in front of Barbary at third. And Gabby Garcia getting caught between second and third in the rundown.
Consecutive super regional for Oklahoma as Pickering is aboard with a walk.
This is what makes a three-game series so interesting too, Tiffany, is the fact
that clips Abby Dayton to load the bases here. The lefty turns it over to second base, and that ends the inning. But not before Sam Ricketts, former OU softball player, wanting to see if her team can mount a comeback. They were able to tie it in the sixth, and there another base hit as that one goes through the right side. The oppo single for Des Rivera. Absolutely, as that one lined out to Agbayani. Thought she may have had a play at first, but able to slide back there is Rivera.
oh, a hitter's count for her to step into.
Good piece of hitting there as that one goes to the wall. A gapper and scoring a run. The RBI double from Abby Grace Richardson.
Was a ball. Now all of a sudden Lowry has to come into the kitchen of Richardson, and this is just too sweet over the strike zone. She hits this in the left field gap. Quiet.
And Romero coming up to see if she can turn the lead off with a single. Des Rivera, another single. And this one gets past into right field, and driving home the run is Zion Romero. Zion.
This feels just like a game of pepper right now for Mississippi State. These aren't big swings, but they are crucial swings. Again, it's seeing the ball deep into the stands. This is a squad that has not been scared to go.
2 pitch on the way. And well out in front and records the strikeout. Huge K there for Audrey Lowry. Her first.
For the sophomore. Upstairs, we saw the drop ball. We saw that Sells was way out in front, low at the knees. And
another payoff on the way. Inside and walking home a run to tie the ball game. A great AB from Morgan Bernardini.
I know you hear the stand. Look at this location. This is a curveball up and in under.
Tatum Silva with a chance to go ahead for the Bulldogs. Charging in is Agbayani, and the throw off the mark, and 2 runs come across, and Mississippi State grabs the lead.
I mean, the ask for the pitching staff was to feed the defense this weekend, and they've done it. They have fed the infield play after play after play. And the
The 2-2 to Ernstez. The dribbler back to Lowry, and the play made to first, but now it's OU's turn. In a Women's College World Series appearance. Sydney Parker lifts this one into right field. Underneath it is Sells, and she collects the first out of the inning. And Minor, the opposite field single into left. And Minor with her second single Coming to the plate.
Battling with 2 strikes. Short, quick hands to the ball. Just such power and pop in this freshman bat.
Or can Everett retire? That was a very close pitch for ball 4, nearly exactly. And Delaney Everett. And this one, handcuffed her, gets underneath it, and a huge out here for Delaney Everett and the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Garcia. And got her striking out. Delaney Everett and Mississippi State winning their first ever Super Regional win. What a moment.